Okay, doing the same thing, but now instead of fractions, we have decimals, and you want to eliminate the decimals just like you eliminated the fractions. So these are easier than they look. I don't want you to think that you have to come up with a number to multiply to figure this all out. So this is how you eliminate decimals. When you multiply a number by a power of 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, you just move the decimal point, the amount of zeros that you have. So for instance, 0.4 times 10 would move over once and give you 4. 0.4 times 100 would move the decimal over twice and give you 40. 0.4 times 1,000 would move the decimal over 3 times and give you 400. You move it over once for 1 0, 2 for 2 zeros, 3 for 3 zeros. Okay, that's when you multiply by powers of 10. So if I want to eliminate the decimals, I look at the decimal that has the most numbers after the decimal, and it's 52. And 52 is in the hundredths spot. So we are going to eliminate this by multiplying it by 100. Okay, so first of all, the top one's going to stay x plus y equals 600. But the bottom one, 0.4 times 100 moves your decimal over 2 spaces and gives you 40. So now I have 40x. 0.52 times 100 moves your decimal over 2 spaces and gives you 52y. 288 times 100 is just 288 with 2 zeros on the end. Because 288 times 1 is 288, bring your 2 zeros in. Okay, so now we eliminated our decimals, but do we have opposites? No, we don't. So we need to get an opposite. Well, we can either go opposite of the 40 or opposite of the 52, it doesn't matter. If I have a 40 here, let's take the top and get it to negative 40. So we need to multiply all this by negative 40. So I have negative 40 times x is negative 40x. Negative 40 times y is negative 40y. And negative 40 times 600 is 4 times 6 is 24, so negative 24, 1, 2, 3 zeros. And then the bottom stays. Okay, now I can do my addition because now I have opposites that'll cancel those two out. So negative 40 plus 52 is one of each, so I need to subtract, so I get 12y. Negative 2400 plus 2800 is one of each, so you would subtract and you would put the 2800 on top and you would get 4800. Divide both sides by 12. 4800 divided by 12 is the same as 48 divided by 12, which is 4, and then bring down your 2 zeros. So y is 400. Looks big, but not a big deal, because if I plug it into my top equation to get x, I have x plus 400 equals 600, because I replaced the y with the 400. Subtract 400. X equals 200. So your final answer is 200, 400. Okay, next one. I want to eliminate these decimals here. So I look at the one that has the most amount of digits after. Well, that has 2 and that has 2, so they both have the same. So if they both have 2, we're going to use the 100 to multiply. So let's keep the 3x minus 2y equals 40 the same. 0.17 times 100 moves it over twice, gives you 17x. 0.06 times 100 moves it over twice, gives you 6y. And 4 times 100 is 400. So we don't have opposites, but I can get opposites using the 2 and the 6, because if I multiply 2 times 3, I get -6, and I have +6. There's my opposites. So that means I have to multiply all of those by 3. So 3 times 3x is 9x. 3 times -2y is -6y. And 3 times 40 is 120. Keep the 17x plus 6y equals 400. Those two cancel. 17 plus 9 is 26x. 120 plus 400 is 520. Divide both sides by 26. And 520 divided by 26, if you do the work, is 20. Okay. Now that I know x, I can plug it in. Use the top one, don't use the decimal one, it just makes it more difficult. 20 in here, and it's x, so I have 3 times 20 minus 2y equals 40. So I have 60 minus 2y equals 40. Subtract 60, subtract 60. -2y equals -20, because that's one of each, and when you have one of each, you subtract, and the bigger one is negative. Divide by -2, divide by -2, y equals 10. So 20, comma